Welcome to the Utica Chieftains 2023 season recap on Shelby TV. Stephen McDonald here, and I'm joined by Chieftains senior Isaiah McGarry. Isaiah, first off, thanks for joining us.
Of course.
So, first question I have for you is, you played both sides of the ball as a lot of players do for Coach Maruli. You played safety in the secondary, you played receiver on offense as well, and you made plays on both sides of the ball. How do you make an impact on both sides of the ball in the way that you feel you did?
I feel like just grinding every single day in the summer to make an impact on the team, best a benefit to the team, leader wise and off the field wise.
Now, sort of a follow-up to that, playing both sides of the ball, do you have one that maybe you prefer, that you like better, offense versus defense?
Personally, I like defense more, just because I'm going to play in college and I've just been playing defense my whole life.
All right, so at the end of the season, just a couple weeks ago, you were named to the all-region team as a safety for the Chieftains. When did you learn about that? How do you necessarily learn about that? And what was the feeling like when you found out that you had made that accomplishment?
I felt like I was really accomplished because that was one of my goals, to make it all-region, first team all-region, and just another team, like another all-region team for Coach Maruli in the Utica.
So now with your season and your career here at Utica being done, having accomplished the things that you accomplished, we just talked about your all-region team just a moment ago, what's something that either on the football field or maybe off the field that you'd like to be remembered for your time at Utica?
I'd like to remember for just being able to make an impact for everyone. Like, I think one of the best DB careers at Utica. I think I would like to be impacted by remembered by that.
Yeah, you absolutely had a fantastic career, as you said, in the secondary. Somebody else that had an excellent career in the secondary we'll talk to a little bit later on in this show. And last question for you is, you talked about just a moment ago you're going to play in the secondary in your college career coming up next fall. What are sort of your plans for college? Where will you be going and that sort of next step in your life?
I haven't committed anywhere yet, but I'm just going to follow what God tells me, and my dad's going to tell me.
Joined now on the Chieftains 2023 football recap show here on Shelby TV by Chieftains defensive lineman, a senior, Nick Goichai. Nick, thanks for joining us.
Yep, thank you so much for having me.
So as a member of that defensive line throughout the year and throughout your career here as a Chieftain, you made a lot of really big plays, a lot of really big hits along that front four for Coach Maruli. What is that feeling, or maybe what's going through your mind when you make some of those hits?
What's going through my mind is basically just trying to make the play. That's first off, and also just trying to just get that play done and get it over with. Our coaches, especially Coach Hines, he gets the D-line amped up a little bit before the game, so get that frustration out on some guys. Always gets the work done. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, at least from my perspective up in the booth, being able to call some of those hits these last 2 years has been really fun. It definitely gets me amped up from my perspective for sure. So now, as I said, you had some pretty big hits, some pretty big moments this season, one of which for me goes back to week 1 against Rochester. You made that play right there at the end of that game on that last possession for the Falcons. But what maybe for you, or even from a team perspective, is maybe one of your favorite moments from this season?
My favorite moments is probably, I would say, week 9 against Farmington. I wasn't able to play in those last seconds because I was hurt, but just watching my guys persevere and come together, especially to get that win for us to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that, again, from my perspective, was a very fun game to call, watching you guys be able to come back in the fourth quarter the way that you did. That was actually one of my favorite memories, I guess I would say, from this season, especially, as I said, going back to week 1 with that win against Rochester. And you mentioned just a moment ago that injury that you sustained late in that game. Obviously, you look like you're doing better now, but how are you feeling about a month removed from that?
I feel pretty good. It was a pretty bad ankle sprain, but I went physical therapy, got it rest up, iced up, so everything's all good now.
At the end of the season, at the end of the year awards ceremony, you got a couple awards from the team, from the coaches, one of which I believe, if memory serves me correct, was defensive MVP. What was maybe your feelings getting that sort of recognition from your team and your coaches?
I thought personally for me, I thought it was pretty accomplished because that was one of my goals, was to get defensive MVP. I worked so hard with Coach Hines in the off season, my defensive line coach, to get better and just accomplish my goals.
And then last question that I'm going to ask all three of you players, seeing as how you're all seniors on this team, what's next for you after graduation? Do you know maybe at this point in time where you'll be going next fall?
I'm not really sure yet, but I'm definitely going to play college football. So, yeah.
Well, Nick, all the best to you in your future endeavors, and you had a great career as a lot of these guys that we're going to talk to on this show did. And I can personally say, from somebody that graduated from Utica myself, not too long ago, I'd say, but a couple of years ago now, you definitely represented the school well.
Yep, thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Joined now by Chieftains senior defensive back and wide receiver Numini Gwilly. Numini, thanks for taking a few minutes to join us on this show.
Thanks for having me. Mm-hmm.
So we already talked with Isaiah, one of your teammates, one of the seniors on this team, also was in your position as well on defense and on offense, playing in the secondary and at wide receiver. But for you specifically, you made a couple really big plays this season, had a couple defensive touchdowns. I also saw in preparation for the show, saw that you actually set a program record for interceptions in a season as well. So what made you so impactful on the defensive side of the football, do you think?
It's just understanding the game and a lot of film. I watched a lot of film, and then Coach Carlin, our DB coach, putting me in the right position to make plays a lot of the time.
Now, I saw, obviously, calling the games this season, getting to watch you on the field. I also saw that your brother got to play alongside you as well in his sophomore year this season. What was it like getting the opportunity to play alongside him this season?
It was just kind of a blessing, I kind of wanted to play with him once before I graduated. So, it's just kind of fun. A lot, I teach him a lot of things, help him learn. So, it was pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a lot of fun. Not only getting to practice with him every day, but then to be able to suit up with him on Friday nights had to be a really special feeling for you and for your whole family as well. So now, one thing that I've asked here on this show to everybody is, I know I have my own personal moments that I took from this season, things that I'm sure that I'll remember going forward, but what's something for you that you'll take from this season?
It was a roller coaster year, so, there's a lot of different things, but, it's just to persevere because, starting off 1-3, a lot of teams, probably quit in that position, but, we kept it moving, and we had a hard-fought battle in the week 9 against Farmington to make to the playoffs. So it's just to persevere through everything, and never give up.
With the season being done, with your time on the football team being done now, what would you say you're most proud of? It could be something football related, could be something non-football related.
I'm just most proud of, the work that I put in with my guys every day to get better and, making playoffs, both as a sophomore and then as a senior with the team. It's not something a lot of guys can say. So.
And then last question for you here, Numini. What's next for you? I mean, your football career here obviously done. Still part of the basketball team here at Utica, so we'll obviously come out and check out you and the rest of the Chieftains this basketball season. But what's going to be next for you once your time here at Utica is done?
Just to attend college, play college football. I love the game of football. It's something that I want to pursue. So I'm going to attend college and play football there.
Joined now on the Chieftains 2023 football recap show by head coach Matt Maruli. Coach, just to start off, now about a month or so removed from the end of the 2023 season for your squad, you've had a chance maybe to step back a little bit and reflect on the season as a whole. What are some of your thoughts or maybe some of your feelings from this 2023 season?
I'm just really proud of this group. Like a couple of the guys mentioned, they definitely persevered through some things. We had a big win to start the season, went through a tough patch against some tough teams after that, and then kind of pulled each other through it and did some good things, and were able to make the playoffs. So I'm just really proud of this group. They did a great job, and I think that comes from just how hard they worked in the off season, the leadership that they built, and just really proud of them.
Now, one thing, obviously, you just mentioned a moment ago, we've talked to some of the players, and they kind of alluded to this as well, sort of the ups and downs of the season and just trying to battle through that adversity, so to speak. If you had to describe this team in maybe one word or a few words, what would it be and why?
I think just perseverance and just trying to get better every day and every week. And that's, something that we talk about a lot and we focus on. And, I think, like Newman said, after, starting 1-3, it can be, pretty easy to feel like you're in a bad spot. But, I thought the leaders on our team, the seniors on our team, they did an awesome job of just, pulling themselves through it, pulling the team through it, and getting everybody ready to go for the next week. And they did that every week, and they did a great job.
Now, in talking with some of these guys about some of their favorite moments from this past season, we've really touched on the Rochester game that first week, jumped ahead a few months to that last game against Farmington, which, as I've said, was definitely a big moment for me, at least this season. But what maybe is something for you that was a big moment from this season?
I think the Farmington game as well. That was a game that, the players knew that they needed to win that game to have a chance, an opportunity to make the playoffs. And, while it wasn't for sure, that was, our goal going in, is we knew that we needed to get that one to give ourselves a chance. And, kind of like the ups and downs of the season, we were down big in the fourth quarter. And, they fought back and they were able to win a huge game. The last play of the game, goal line stand, and just being able to see how excited the players were and, how great they felt about that. I was so proud of them just to see them have that moment. And then going into, the weekend and being able to see them, see the selection show and see the Utica come up on the playoffs, just really proud of them for all that they accomplished and, knowing all the work that they put in and all that went into that. So just a great moment for the players.
Yeah, and you touched on it there just a second ago, getting to see that Utica logo pop up on the screen during the selection show. I was actually watching the selection show myself, so to be able to see that was a very exciting moment for me for sure, and especially seeing who you guys went up against in the first round for us here at Shelby TV. I know that was definitely a special moment for us as well, being able to cover that game the way that we did. So sort of taking a step back now, we've talked about this season in specific, but one thing I wanted to ask you about was you've obviously been the head coach here now for a couple of years, going back to about, I want to say 2016 maybe, if I remember correctly. So what do you feel like in that time you've learned as the head coach of this program?
Just to kind of try to keep working, try to keep getting better every year, and that goes with the process of getting better every day. So, every team's going to be different. This team we had this past season, like most teams, they have great seniors and great leaders that kind of lead us throughout the off season and into the season, and just trying to get the players to focus on that, to focus on, trying to be better every day, trying to be better, football players, students, just people in general, and that's what we're trying to do is just try and give them the best experience as football players, and hopefully, they can take a lot out of the football season and out of their football career at Utica and use that beyond football and into life and into life after high school.
Yeah, absolutely, and you definitely hit on it with that last question, which was great, but obviously we have some of those seniors here with us doing this show for us here on Shelby TV. But what do you hope ultimately is something, if they take maybe one thing away from their time here at Utica, what do you hope that would be?
I think just being able to kind of battle through adversity and have that perseverance just like this group did. And whether they have the goal of playing college football or whether they have the goal of just going to college academically or just going into a career, just kind of learning that, like in football, life is going to be different every day. And, some days are going to be up, some days are going to be down, but just being able to fight through that and hopefully use some of the things that we've learned, throughout their career and throughout their time in the program to just try and get better every day and try and be better every day.
Well, Coach, it was a great season for you and the team. Obviously great catching up with you each week that you were at home here at Swinehart Field on Shelby TV before all the games. Good catching up with you in studio here to kind of wrap up the season as a whole. So thanks a lot for your time.
Yeah, same to you. Thank you.